Hello, my name is Donna Gray. I'm here to talk to you about perseverance, a leadership value that was exposed as a crucible in my life. Here's the story. Some years ago, I interviewed and was hired as a secretary for the Chief Civilian Personnel Officer at Fort Lewis Army Base in Washington State. I was thrilled and happy to be working on the base rather than taking a position off base and for less pay. However, my happiness abruptly ended day two on the job when my coworkers informed me that I was the fourth secretary hired within the last 2 years. The others either quit or they asked for reassignments. I asked myself, what have I gotten into? I soon figured out why the others left. The environment was bad. I felt doom and gloom every time I walked into the office. It was because everyone feared the boss. Here's an example. When the boss walked around the office, one of my coworkers was so afraid of him, she hung up from a business related phone call because she thought he would think that she was on a personal call. He had a potty mouth, and he frequently called his division chiefs into the office to berate them and tell them that they were doing crappy work. And that's the clean version of what he really said. His mouth had no filters. To add to his madness, he would throw temper tantrums like a child, slamming desk drawers, office doors, yelling and screaming and banging his fist on the table. I soon learned I couldn't please him either. One of my duties was to record the minutes of office meetings, and every time I submitted them for his signature, he returned it to me marked up in red ink. The paper looked like a bloodbath. This is when my confidence sunk and fear began to set in. I questioned whether I had what it took to work in such a toxic work environment and under such stress. I cried to my husband a few times, saying I wasn't going to return, but I knew there wasn't anything he could do. It was at this point that I knew I had to make a decision. I was either going to give up or push forward. I decided I wasn't giving up, that I was going to stand up to the boss. I started focusing on everything about him, learning as much as I could about him and his behaviors, and noting the times and the situations that caused his bad behavior. I learned that his wife had recently passed away and they were super, super close. I kept that thought in the back of my mind and wondered if his outbursts were because he was grieving, hurt, and alone. I heard it said before that hurt people hurt people. But I figured he wasn't going to share anything with me, so I started counteracting his behaviors. When he dished out negativity, I gave it back to him. I even ignored his temper tantrums when I knew they weren't aimed at me, but I did feel sorry for the other person. I was always wondering when my pink slip was coming. There were times I could see he was amused knowing that people feared him, even laughing after berating someone when they left his office. It made me so mad to see this, but I knew I had to show him that I wasn't afraid, even though secretly I was afraid. My methods were working, and the staff noticed it too. They would tell me, I can't believe you had the nerve to say that to him. They seemed to feel empowered through me and appeared to be more relaxed, engaging in conversations with each other and moving freely around the office. Over time, my boss realized I wasn't afraid of him, and I think that that's when I gained his respect. Things that I had to say to him now mattered. After being on the job around 8 months, here's the small gesture that I made towards him that caused the final breakthrough. My boss wore a white shirt and a dark colored suit to work every day, and I mean every day. But right after Christmas break, he came to work wearing a lavender shirt. He said it was a gift from one of his nieces and he thought he should wear it. I made a huge deal out of it, telling him how nice it looked on him and how much I liked the color. While I was being truthful, I was also tired of seeing him wearing that white shirt, dark suit combination. I believe the compliment touched his heart because after that day, he never wore a white shirt. All of his shirts were colored. His mood swings ceased and he stopped berating his division chiefs. Coworkers said the atmosphere had changed in the office and they felt that it was because of me. I was in the early stages of becoming a leader, and this experience showed me that I have the skill required to persevere, conquer adversity, and emerge stronger and more committed than ever. A leadership value evident throughout my career and life. Thank you.